All right, Coach, just talk about another walk-off. It's been what we've been doing lately.
Yeah, look, this team does a really good job of understanding 1 through 9. We have confidence in a lot of different players, and everybody prepares really hard, and it's been someone different every single time right now. And I think that's the fun part of it. They're not scared to pass the bat back to the next person. But as the game settled in, hey, look, I want to tip our hat to LaRue. I thought she was really good tonight. She kept us off balance, and it was hard for our hitters to be on time. So she did a really good job, and it's a classic championship game. I mean, just a great softball game going back and forth. They get the home run to take the lead. Bouvier comes up with the big knock right there, just a great, ready to hit. She gets a good pitch she could swing on, and man, it's a clean swing, huh? And then, in the 6th, we had an opportunity to take the lead, and some things just kind of got haywire right there. It's just it's kind of an unfortunate situation, very unique situation. And so, that being said, I'm proud of the way our kids responded. That they didn't get down. They came in. They played really good defense. I think Reese Rayner makes that ball in the 5-6 hole. That's a big time play. I don't know how that's not all over Sports Center. That's a going direction, throwing it across her body right there. That's a really good play. And then we come in that last inning, and Nija's able to find a way on the bag. Does a heads up base running, making sure she gets to second base, and Jada manufactures a run, getting her over. And I thought Sam had a patient effect on. She was waiting, wasn't trying to do too much of the ball, just looking for something that she could score to run. Not trying to get the big hit, just a good pitch. I thought it was a good discipline at bat. And so that's the game. I thought Maddie Taylor was excellent for a freshman, and a couple walks probably bothered her a little bit. But what I'm proud of, she feels like she didn't have her best stuff, but she had enough guts to win the game, and she stayed in there and competed. So really proud of her effort and the team's effort to stay in, the communication. But we're gonna have a short-term memory. We have to do a good job of flushing this one and getting ready to play a really good team again tomorrow.
How's the blood pressure been over the past week going into the 7th and 8th innings?
It's easy. I'm not playing. They're the ones playing over there. They have the tough spot. I just got to put something on every once in a while. There's no pressure on me. It's my team that's getting it done. And it's just I like the way you're playing situational ball, and they have a lot of belief right now. And we believe as a unit that somehow we're gonna fight through, and we're gonna figure out a way to do it. And sometimes it's ugly. But a win, it's a good team win tonight.
Sam, go ahead.
I was just going to say, you've seen everybody else get big hits and that. How much confidence do you have at that point in time because you've seen everybody else do it?
I was just trying to produce for my team and get the run, and I really wasn't trying to get like a hit. I was just trying to score the run because we didn't have 2 outs or anything.
And for you guys as players, how do you move on from this and refocus on trying to get back to the tournament less than 24 hours from now?
We just got to play one game at a time. Coach James always tells us like one pitch at a time, one game at a time, and then after we just regroup and do the same thing over again.
You mentioned Reese's play. Nija had a nice diving play in center field.
Absolutely.
Just talk about the defense as a whole today and how that helped you guys out.
Yeah, look, I think our defense has been doing a good job the last, back half of the season. And then Nija's really coming on as a center fielder, playing really good. Sam's had some spectacular plays in left field. So that's why, there's a lot of different parts to that. And Reese is kind of feeling it right there. She's making some good plays. But the biggest thing right now, when we have a miscue, I think we're responding very well. So that's what I like about the team. But, I always say when you get to championship play, we used to joke around and say, offense sells tickets, but defense wins championships. And I think that's in every sport you play. You got to have good defense. You got to be able to pitch it well and not make defensive mistakes and let good lineups turn over again. And that's what's been fun to watch our team kind of mature in that process.
Sam, do you guys feel like when you're close in games and you come up, you're going to win? Is it just that much confidence now, or do you guys just feel that?
I think we're starting to get better at being in the tough situations because we've been in them like the past 5 games. We've managed we know somehow we're going to get it done. We just don't know who's going to do it or how it's going to happen.
Coach, in your opening statement, you mentioned short-term memory. You got to flush it and move on to tomorrow. What's the message, and what do you guys have to focus on going into potential closeout game tomorrow?
Yeah, for me, I'm fortunate that this is for us, it's routine, right? We play a Friday night game. We talk about the same thing. It's the same boring stuff. It's not exciting for the reporters, but for us, it's really what it is. The game's over. You can't change. You can't do anything. We've been on this side of it where you win a game, and it's irrelevant. The most important game we go play is the next game, And so anytime you start to rely on a past win, then that's how you get that relief syndrome kind of stuff that goes on, or you just kind of feel content, and you got to move real quick. And I have total confidence that our team could do that. We train for it, we talk about it on a regular basis, and the maturity in that locker room is going to be able to handle that.
You want to say anything to fans to try and get them out tomorrow?
Look, we would love to. We love playing here. We love playing here, and we love our fans like Charles. Our fans love, our players love it here, and I hope our fans know how passionate we all are about this town, this university, and there'd be nothing more important than to have a sellout crowd at home. You know, when you come here and we bring recruits in, we talk about, hey, now you have a chance to host a conference tournament, right? And to be able to do it in front of this kind of energy and electric. And be able to celebrate, you know, when you do things good and you get big hits, and we want the home field advantage, like Charles. We want the home field advantage. Please come out and support us. Everyone out on this university loves this town, and we'd love to see you guys out and celebrate with you.
41 in a row at home against Southern Conference teams. Like now it's 42. Is it in your head that you can win all the time, or do you think it's in their head that you're going to catch them all the time, especially Southeastern?
Man, I can't tell you what goes on in their head. You know, for me, it's a simple process, right? I get up in the morning, I prepare the best I can for my team. I have a routine I go through in the week, every single game, and to make sure that we don't miss anything. Our team goes through a great detail of their progression, and you know, if that gives us good results up until this point, but you know, we don't think about all the records or anything like that. Literally, we couldn't tell you how many games we won, how many games we won in a row. It's about the next game. And that's why I like the team is growing in that maturity. I don't even have to say it anymore. Like, they're talking the language, so they understand the process.
How big was Bouvier's home run for you?
Oh, that's absolutely, it was big.
Just to get back in it right away.
Yeah, just, I mean, she answered right there. That's just, it takes momentum right back from your side. That's just a big answer. They had a little bit, like I said, they had a little bit of momentum, and man, just such a good swing on the pitch. And then it allows some freedom, allows your defense to go out there and play with some freedom. No, we just got to come back, and we had 2 shots. It took us 2 innings to get it done. But yeah, I think anytime you can put a good swing and get some, you know, I always say you touch 4 bases with 1 swing, it's a good thing.
Awesome.
That's it.
Thanks, Coach. Best of luck
That's it.
tomorrow.